Hi guys, and welcome to Alistair Davies Golf. Today's video is all about how we can square the club face up better through impact. And there are kind of two different methods that are used, if you like, in delivering the club face to the ball at contact. So I want to discuss those two briefly with you and talk about the differential in how they would be squared up through contact and the pitfalls, if you like, with either method. And then from there, basically, the idea would be to look at your own method and make sure you have an understanding of what you need to do in order to square the club face up through contact. So, okay, the two methods. What we tend to see with golfers is when they come to the golf ball, some golfers will have the club face, what I'd say is pointing down or slightly closed, and then through impact what they'll do is add loft to square the club face up through the ball. Now in doing that, what will happen is the spine will tend to lean back or side bend away from target, adding loft and producing a square club face of contact. Now at the moment of contact, if it's this method or the other method, they will produce the same kind of dynamic loft and the same kind of club face position as regards to orientation as the other method I'm going to talk to you about. So the kind of pitfalls in doing it this way, which will be the kind of almost hanging back look to it, will be physically what it causes to your body. Obviously it causes a lot of side bending to the right, which can cause a lot of pain to your lower right side of your body from my experience and opinion. The other negative in it would be that when we're delivering a club with this kind of pivot, if we do it a touch too much, we're going to increase the loft a lot of the club at contact. If we don't do it enough, we're going to decrease the loft at contact. And what you do then, you find you deliver the club with such a variance in dynamic loft, the distance of the golf ball varies quite a lot, and the trajectory will vary quite a lot. But the main pitfall is the distance. If we go back a number of years when Tiger Woods first kind of came to the profession of playing really good golf, we used to find that he used to hit wedges and fly the greens with wedges. And he always used to deliver the golf club in this kind of manner, with the club face coming down here and this kind of look through the ball. And one of the things he changed when he went to Hank Haney, he's worked on delivering the golf club with a much more rotary fashion to the club face, which gave him a much better control of the dynamic loft, but then the dispersion of the shot will become slightly more sprayed. So that's the negative in doing the second method. And the second method, as we just sort of described, is the club will be working from a kind of more opening position to a rotary position through the golf ball, being squared up that way. So that way we tend to have a more consistent loft presentation, and we tend to use our body more dynamically this way, so we rotate better through the golf ball. But the negative is obviously a fraction, not enough rotation, the club face would be open. A fraction too much rotation, the club face would be closed. So my preference would be using the body correctly and having a more rotational arc to the swing, because I think that's better for our physical sense long term, as opposed to having the kind of hang back look to the golf swing. I particularly don't like that. I think it's far harder to control the low point of the golf swing and the contact area. So what I'd encourage players to do is just make some small swings and try and work on the feeling of almost toe up to toe up, and rotate the body, arms, club head as much as they can at the same time. So I just hit a small shot for you now, trying to work through that kind of rotation and trying to see a pretty straightaway ball flight. That would give us the idea of that kind of squaring the club face up through body rotation, arm rotation, forearm rotation, and a little bit of wrist rotation too. So everything is rotating the right amount. That for me would be my preferred method. However, if you're the kind of player that is really successful under pressure, don't find you get the downfall of hitting clubs different distances quite often, especially under pressure, then there's no need to change. So my way of squaring the club up would be to rotate everything through the golf ball and allow the club to work from a kind of toe up position to a kind of toe up position. There will be a slight bit of angle to this, because obviously we're on an arc and the plane is on an inclined arc rather than straight up and down, but it'd be that kind of fashion. So this video has been all about how we can square the club face up through contact and the two methods that can be used out there, and my preference, but obviously I don't mind which one you use. Hope you found it useful. If you've enjoyed the video, please click like down below. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. I've got regular content coming every single week. And also make sure you post any comments in the box, especially particular videos you want me to cover in the future. And thanks for watching.